Hey guys, welcome back to Life with Sherry Berry. I'm so glad that you decided to join me today. If you're a newcomer, make sure that you subscribe, and I look forward to hearing from you. Be sure to like, comment, and share with others. I'm coming on today to talk about my weight loss journey and how I basically decided to take better care of myself. Last year, I decided that I really wanted to make strides to be healthier by the age of 35. I just felt like it was a staple year. And it was really important for me to have some key things already in my bank and locked in and really invested in myself. When I think about the younger years of my growing up and, food and things like that, I've always had a rather interesting relationship with food, meaning I always tied it to happy times and to good times. My family is big. My dad's side, my family's big. We had multiple family gatherings and there's always food there. My mom is a fantastic cook. And I just equate food to being happy. So, like when the stuff is good and then you start doing a little happy dance because the food is so good. Like that was me as a kid, right? But I can't say I was probably a little overweight as a kid, but we didn't have a whole lot of sweets in our house. Mama didn't let us eat a whole lot of candies and things like that. We only had that maybe around certain times of the year when it was more prevalent for people to have candy and stuff. We really ate the hearty stuff though. Like I'm talking soul food. So that was kind of the foundation of that. But just I've always equated food to happy times, like when we're going to get together, okay, who's cooking, what are we going to have, or this, that, and the third. I was always the biggest, ideally, out of everybody in my class. I developed earlier than most. I started my lady time at 9 years old. So that just kind of gives you an idea of like I've always been big for the most part, right? Thankfully, I've been solid the whole time. So a lot of times, even when I tell people now how much I weigh, they don't necessarily believe it. But that comes from good genes. So I'm happy about that part. But, most people thought I was older than what I was because I filled out faster and different things like that. But that's a whole nother conversation. When I got to college, it was a little easier to do better as you have more choices, in the CAF and things like that. But again, it was easy to go fast food and, do all those things like that. You still have like not as much control when you're not as concerned. Post-college though, of course, when you're really adulting, try to, do some tracking and things like that. Not that it didn't work, but it's not gonna work if you don't work it. That's with anything, right? Did Weight Watchers, was successful for the little bit of time I did it, but then got very exhausted with the idea of tracking. About 2019, I explored keto. And let me tell you, keto really ideally changed my life. The elimination of carbs and focusing more on healthy fat really worked for my system. I realized that I was very carb sensitive at that moment because of the results that I saw when I did keto. However, I found for me that keto was rather hard to sustain. Every now and then, I would want a bagel or something like that, and I would not want that one bagel or whatever to just disrupt my whole flow. I wanted to still know how to eat what I wanted to eat, or eat from all the food groups, if that's what you want to refer to it as, but still be healthy, or still be mindful, of what you were eating and not have that blow your whole system if you decided to have bread or pasta. So it worked for me, but it didn't work for my overall lifestyle. I could not sustain it because of how I was really trying to ultimately do. So last year, I had a year anniversary week before last, but last year I committed to working with a trainer. And outside of that, she also focuses on, just helping you, be mindful and think about your food choices. And my life is forever changed. I've lost a little over 20 pounds in that time frame. And the good part about that is, yes, I've had some ebbs and flows. I've had some peaks where I've hit, where I've had extreme weight loss, and I've had some times where it felt like it was more of a plateau. And currently, I'm trying to work to really push through, to get myself under the 200 mark, and kind of beyond that, so that I can sustain that, because that's ultimately where I'd like to be. I'd like to be somewhere at about 185, 180 to then start creating my maintenance plan. So that means I got about 20 something pounds, a little over 20 maybe pounds to go. But working with a trainer, that community, not having to worry about what my workout was going to be, I let her think about that. I just come in and do the work. And I glean from her motivation, and, being in a community of people, and first and foremost, having a mindset that that's really what I wanted to do. That really changed everything. Now I'm on a journey to wellness. I'm not just working out because I have to. It's partly become my happy place, which I never thought I'd be in a place that I'd say that, right? That it's actually become my happy place. But ultimately, you have to do what works for you. You cannot jump on this fad, that fad, hot girl summer salad, for 2 days, and then think it's going to really happen and you're going to be able to. It has to become a lifestyle. And it takes some time. And I'm not going to tell you that I don't eat cake. I do eat cake. I like cake. I like cupcakes too. And pie. Okay? But can I eat that every day? Can I eat that every week? No, not necessarily. Okay? Because I still very much agree with the math that goes along with it, of it's like 80% in the kitchen and 20% workout. But either way, one can't outdo the other. You have to be fully committed to the thought and the idea of being better. And what's your why? Why do you want to do it? I want to be around. I don't have a husband yet. I'm waiting for him to come, and I want to be healthy when he arrives. If the Lord sees fit, I want to have children, and I want to put myself in a place where I'm able to do that. We just got to take better care of ourselves. And the older we get, I'm pretty sure the harder it becomes to make those changes and to be better. But we can do it. You just got to stick with it. And you got to start somewhere. Okay? And you don't have to wait till Monday to do it. You can just choose right now. You can say, I'm going to put this soda down and I'm going to drink water. That's already, you're taking a first step into being better. The unnecessary sugars and things like that, So I believe that we got this. We can do it. And we just need to create generational health. Healthy habits. Doesn't mean we can't have our soul food and things like that, but we need to be mindful of our portions and, all those different things like that. So, I love a good cookout. When the weather breaks, I'm going to be down for it. I'm ready. Call me. Okay. But we just got to take better care of ourselves so we can be here for others, and, we can be here for our families and things like that. So that's just a little inkling into it. It's a process. I started, when I was working with my trainer last year, I was doing 3 days a week. Now she's pushed me and I'm doing 4 to 5 days a week. And it doesn't it becomes more fun because now I'm doing it with a wonderful community of people. But also at the same time, I feel better. Working out it produces the endorphins, just as the science says. So I enjoy doing it, and I'm happy to do it. I'm glad I'm able to do it. Like she always says, it's not, you don't work out because you have to. You work out because you're thankful that you have the ability to, because somebody can't do it. So I want to be moving for as long as I can move. I want to be a positive contributor of this world as long as I can. So I just encourage you that whatever, you find that works for you, stick with it, but find what works for you. Don't just jump on what your friend is doing, because her body type is not your body type per se, and that may not work. And then unfortunately what happens in those cases is we get discouraged, and then we just be like, whatever, I'm gonna just eat all the cakes and all the pies, and then you don't care anymore. So we don't need to do that. We need to just do what works for us. Learn your body, listen to it, and go from there so you can be the best version of you that you can be. So what you're about to look at right now is just a workout that me and my peeps, my fit fam, hashtag early bird crew, that we did a couple of weeks ago. But this just gives you an idea, of just kind of what it is. It's the standard stuff. We still doing jumper jacks, we still doing mountain climbers, everything you did in PE in elementary school, with the exception of when we work with weights and things like that, because we weren't really doing that in elementary school. But ideally, you got the essentials in elementary school, so you got everything that it takes to get started and to be a better version of yourself. So take a look and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Till next time.